Alright, hello everyone. Sorry for starting a little late. Oops, I should probably leave this one over here. Um, yeah. Alright. Do. Hello everyone. How are you doing, Ma?
I'm doing all right. I'm obviously doing a bit better than you at the moment.
Yeah. So, I am dealing with some water problems. So the shower has been leaking at my house for a little bit. So I called maintenance and they came out and they were like, "Yep, that's a leaking shower." And so they went to go get some parts, and then the floor um, started having water come out of it, not in the bathroom, just like in the hallway to the bedroom and in the kitchen and in a few other places. And it was like, that's not how that's supposed to work. So
No,
called
definitely
maintenance
not.
again, and the plumber guy came today, and he looked at the floor and was like, "Wait a second, that's a problem." And then now I've got holes in all like walls. I have a hole in the front room wall, and I have a hole in one of the closets in one of the bedrooms, and so we're getting all of that fixed. So hopefully it's not too big of an issue. But yeah. So if there's any background noise today, that's what's going on. But all of the sawing should be done, so it should just be um, maybe it is some kathunking sounds from putting in any final bits or from packing stuff up. But otherwise, we should be um, able to stream today. But yeah, trying to think if there's anything else fun or interesting to talk about. Um, but yeah, don't put off water problems because apparently it was a lot of leaking stuff in the wall, and like the drywall was able to get like dented really easily because of water damage. But yeah. Anyway, with that, I don't have anything else to talk about. So, Mama, do you have anything fun you want to talk about?
Nope, I don't have anything.
All right, in that case, let's get over to our first puzzle for today, and that is going to be Palindrome Math by Chip Sounder. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row, column, and a 3x3 box. From either end of the gray palindrome, it will read the same, i.e., row 3, column 6, and row 4, column 7 are the same digit. Cells separated by a white dot are consecutive. Digits in a dotted cage without repeat sum to the total in the top left corner of the cage if given. Cells separated by a black dot has one digit double the other, a 1 to 2 ratio, and clues outside the grid sum the digits along the indicated diagonal, and digits may repeat. No negative constraints. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and mark this diagonal yellow. But yeah, so this cell and that cell are going to be the same, and then we're going to continue moving around the palindrome. And let's see, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then our center is right here. So let's go ahead and mark that. Yeah. And I mean, I guess I could also just go ahead and mark this red, blue. Well, I'm going to take the yellow coloring out. So then we can have those two being yellow, and green, purple, orange, black, gray, and silver. And apparently I missed a color. No, I didn't, because there's 10. But those, since those are close, should be fine. Okay. Trying to think where would be the best place to start. Well, one thing we can see for certain is that all of these have to be different, because cells cannot repeat in a cage. And we know that red and blue are different. Does that mean they all have to be different? Well, purple doesn't see red or blue. But yeah, we just know that those all have to be different. But red and blue don't have to be. I mean, red and blue can't be yellow or black. And blue cannot be gray or silver. Huh. Well, Alright, well, let's start with the black dots, because they have to be in a 1-to-2 ratio. So, 1, 2, or 1 doubles to 2, doubles to 4, doubles to 8, and then 3 doubles to 6. If we were to try any of the other numbers, 5 and up, and try to double them, they would all double to something more than 10, but we only have the digits 1 through 9. So, that is all of our options. We also have, in both this place, and this place, an extra consecutive digit.
Green cannot be 1.
Yeah.
Because yellow can't be purple. So if green was 1, then yellow and purple would both be 2.
Okay, well, we know that both yellow and green are in these 3, because of these and these, and we know that neither can be blue, because of this. Do we have any other constraints? Normal Sudoku rules, palindrome, rocky dots, which is just dots, dots. And cages. That's it. Okay, well, let's actually mark these 2 cells. I'm going to take red away for a second and move it over here. We know those 2 have to be the same. That means that red has to be in this region. The problem is that unlike yellow and green, which we know that red isn't. We don't know that red is not blue. So while it ends up in this corner, don't know that it's not blue. So what?
Well, we know one color has to be repeated.
Yeah. And we know all of these are different.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers minimum are different.
We know silver, gray, orange, and black cannot be red.
Yeah. Yeah. Red can be purple, and it can be blue. That's it. Does the 21 help us in any way? Not that I can tell. So this probably has something to do with set theory. If it's set theory, then what if said that and that? Would that be useful? Probably not. Get those. These, and double count that part. And then I can do those, double count this part, and then add these two to both groups. Okay, anything that's both red and blue can be removed. Although, perhaps I want to keep this one just for funsies. Anything that's on the palindrome, I can remove its redness and its blueness, and I can take that one away. These I can lose green and bring back blue. I can lose purple, bring back red. But that doesn't feel like I'm making progress. So I know that this group and that group are the same.
You missed one before on the other side of the center. Oh, no, you didn't. Never mind. That was just in the cage.
Yeah. What else could I do? To identify something that I can overlap. Or is there something that sees a lot of the colors? Like this one right here. If I were to mark it with all of the colors, it cannot be blue, yellow, or black. It cannot be green, purple, or orange. But that's not enough, that's still 3 options.
You look at the little killer.
Mm-hmm.
It sees yellow and purple
Twice.
twice. And yellow yellow and purple with that relation on the 2-to-1 and then the consecutive, but it doesn't but don't know if it goes up or down.
Yeah. I mean, if I wanted to maximize these two, then if I did 4 and 8 and 9, that would give me 13. 8 would go to 4, and 5 is also 13. So the 6 would go to 3, and 4 would be 10. 7, 8, and 4 would be 11. So I think 13 is the maximum here. So for here and here, I would get 26 as maximum. And so that would be 12 in everything else. Which I don't think there's anything stopping me from doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what color could this one be? We know it's not blue, yellow, red, green, purple, orange, black, gray, or silver. Hold on. It cannot, so it's in the same cage as all of these. So it's not yellow, it's not green, it's not purple, it's not orange, it's not black, it's not gray, it's not red, blue, or silver. So whatever this is, it has to be something different. So, um, huh. Let's,
'Cause that is in the cage, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all that does is
Okay.
prove that these 9 colors have to have something overlap.
Yeah.
I guess I want to take red out for a second and make it this one red. Because now we know that all of this is unique. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different colors. I'm going to take out gray, and I'm going to take out blue. And I guess what I could do is just make these all the colors. And now, I don't have blue and I don't have silver in play. So these two cannot be yellow or black or green. This one isn't red, or nor is it gray. Okay. This one is not gray because of this one over here, and yellow and black because of this one here. Oh, wait a second. Those two
It's
are
the
the
other
same.
right, yeah.
Red and green also get removed. So those two are orange and purple.
Well, and the
This
next 2 are
one,
the same.
and so this one and that one lose red and gray. So those are an orange-purple pair. Okay, and this one, if I look at these 4, red, black, orange, and gray, okay, and then these 2 are the same foregone, red, black, orange, and gray, but then also yellow and green. Ah, so this one's just purple. Or
Or something else.
blue silver. Now, yellow is consecutive with green. "21" can have 1 in it. Because it's 4 cells. Can it have 1 and 2, though? No, because that wouldn't matter because green's on the outside. But these two are consecutive. But just because yellow and green are consecutive doesn't mean that yellow and green are removed from here. Because, I mean, let's say this was a 2-3 pair, just for funsies. Then I could put a 2-1 or a 3-4 here. Well, I couldn't do 2 and 1. So maybe this is a 3-4 pair. Then I can do 3-2 and 4-5. Well, no, I couldn't do 4-5. If this was 1-2, this could not be also 1-2. But I could grab one of them, the 2, and be 2 and 3. And it doesn't have to be both options. Okay. But 38 doesn't do enough. I don't think. I mean, I still know that whatever those two are, because they cannot have yellow and green, I still have yellow and green in these 3. So if this was yellow or green, it would have to be there, which would be fine, because I don't have any other restraints.
Column 6 has to have both yellow and green.
Yes.
It can't be in box 2.
Right.
You can only have one of them in box 5. Well, they're yellow and green are both in box 2 already. You can only have one of those in box 5. So that one's yellow or green,
And
and
so is this one.
so's that one.
Because we know that this one and that one aren't yellow or green. Okay. What about these 3? Yellow, green, red, and gray. This one isn't orange or purple.
Oh,
I think I got
nope,
too
never.
excited. But these two definitely are a yellow-green pair.
Yeah.
Oh, well, where would the yellow-green pair in this column be? We know the other one is here, so the other one must be here. But that's not enough information.
Right, yeah.
Because I'd like to force it to be here. But I don't know if I can. And I don't know if asking if this was is enough information. And if this isn't yellow or green, it could... Oh, wait a second.
Well, the cell that is just either
That's all it was.
side of the center of the palindrome,
This one.
right, can be neither red nor green or yellow nor green, but it has to go in
Right.
that square of 4.
And it has to be blue, silver, or purple. But
Right,
it
so it
could
could be
be one of those two.
right, and it could be the second cell in
Yeah,
of the
it could be any of those three. Do we have enough dots to tell us how things have to be? Because we've got, like, these two are consecutive, those two are consecutive, and those form a consecutive and then a double chain. Especially because we know that these 5 are all different. Okay, I guess the thing I want to ask about these two is if they were yellow-green. This one could not be yellow-green, but it would end up being here, and so this one would have to be yellow-green, because we know they're consecutive. And if it's not consecutive with this one, then this one, since it's not consecutive with this one, but it is, would need to be consecutive with this one as well, and so that one would have to be yellow-green, because this one cannot be. Because this one is consecutive with this one by that, and this one by that. And so if this, let's say it was green, would make this one yellow, and that one yellow, and then this one would be green, green, yellow. So that's possible, I think. And just flip the colors around, and then that would be yellow, and that one would be green. Okay, so I think what I was trying to prove as not working didn't work. Okay, Tallcat says that digit, row 8, column 5, and row 5, column 2, cannot be a 1 or a 9 for what it's worth, as it has to have 2 consecutive partners, and that is true based off of what I just went over, because this one is consecutive with this one, and this one, which is the same one, is consecutive here. This one has to be consecutive with both of its neighbors, because of this, that mirrors up to here. We can lose 1 and 9. Now, it's not a huge gain, but it is appreciated. And how are you doing this evening, Tallcat? Good to hear. Now we can also take out 2 from this cell, because, as Tallcat confirms, it does not have 1 and 3 on both sides. I don't know why this cell's selected. I can do a 7, because I have 6 and 8 on both sides. 4 and 6s on both sides, that allows a 5. But I don't have 3 and 5, so I lose 4 as a possibility. But I do have 2 and 4. So I'm left with 3, 5, and 7 as possibilities here. Hey, Laura Smith, how are you doing? And Tallcat says, so the partner digits are even, which means we can lose 3 from these 3 spaces. That means this one is odd, and this one ends up being even again. But then this lost its ability to be 3, so this one cannot be 6. I think that's it. This one cannot be a 3, so this one cannot be a 6. And Tallcat says row 7, column 2. Can't be 9 or 7. Both of these can be 8. Because there's nothing stopping them from being the same. Yeah, if I do 8 all the way across
They're in the same
this.
cage.
Oh, they are in the same cage. Silly me. Oh, that means this one can't be 1 either. Well, now that one's 3, 5, or 7. Okay, well, I should probably look at these 3 and put all of the colors that they can be in here. So if I look at the vertical here, orange and black, and then in the same cage, gray. This one cannot be purple, but I think otherwise they're still very colorful. Tallcat says row 7, column 2 cannot be 3 because the 2, 3, 4 string breaks the black dot in the cage. 2, 3, and 4. Oh, yeah, because the black dot has to have either 3 and 6, which the 2, 3, 4 has a 3 in it, so that would remove 3, 6. Or if it's in the 1, 2, 4 chain, it has to use 2 or 4. So if this was 2, 3, 4, then this would be left with 1 and 8 as the possibilities remaining, and those don't connect. So we lose 3 as an option. Laura Smith says row 7 has purple. I did forget to remove that purple from this cell.
And since the 3 came out of row, then the 2 comes off. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. 4, 5, 6 allows for 1, 2. And 6, 7, 8. Well, in either case, I have to use a 6. Because that has to join between 5 and 7. And since I have to have both, 6 is going to be a requirement here. So I cannot use 6 paired with 3. Oh, there's a pseudo dot right here. So this whole thing is like a long chain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Tallcat says the black dot also cannot be 4, 8 either. Right, because this either has 4, 5, 6, or 6, 7, 8. So 4 or 8 has to be on this group. So we lose
The 8.
8. So now 2 is a requirement, but that's fine. But since this has a dot right here because of this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we can
Well,
lose 8 and 7,
yeah.
I think.
Well, because
And,
of
and, and
the dot between
these two.
row 4 and row 5 in column 2,
Yeah.
since the 7 went away, or yeah.
So that this one pairs with this one, 7. This one pairs with this one, 2 and 8. And then this one is 2, 8, or 3. Okay. Those are all connected. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 4. Yeah, and this definitely can't go down. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 2 wouldn't be possible. So, yeah, it has to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. However, one of these two has to be a 4, because if this is a 2, that one's 4, and if this one's a 4, then it's a 4, so this one can't be a 4. And so we have 1 going to 2 and up, or we have 2 going to 4 and up.
So gray is 1 or 2.
Right. Oh, well that means yellow cannot be 1, because then gray wouldn't have an option.
Right.
1.
Well, and purple can't be 1 either.
Right. Black and orange are also consecutive. So what all is forced in this group of digits? 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, 2 and 7, and 6 and 3. So 4 and 5 are removed. We know 1 is also removed.
Right,
And
orange
if
and
they're also in the same cage as gray, oh, so that means they can't be 2, because it, wait, is 2 removed? Because they're in this cage. Because if this is a 1, then this is a 2. And if this is a 2, because this is a 2, it sees those. Okay, derp. Silly me. And now 3 doesn't have a partner. 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it? Hmm. So 6 or 8 must be one of these two. trying to decide if that has implications for these things. Because if this was 6 and 7, then I couldn't put 3 and 6 here. This cell just cannot be purple. And it cannot be gray. Okay. Do we have enough information that yellow and green have to be on here? Because again, it's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or it goes 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. And so
He's about to cut again.
he is. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I guess we're gonna have to take a short break. Yeah, because
See
yep.
how loud it is?
I mean, do we want to see how loud it is?
Maybe.
Are you hearing it?
Yeah, it's a hum.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like it's workable? I think Stream might have a little bit of a better experience, but um,
I mean, it seems to be workable on my end.
okay.
I don't know how it's gonna be on.
Can just see if I can just up the noise subtraction. It might make my voice sound worse. But yeah, let's just try that. I'll try and monitor some of it. All right, let's just see how that goes. But yeah, those in the audience, please complain if it's too bad. Anyway, so I was trying to suggest: is it possible that yellow and green aren't in here, and more specifically, aren't in here together? If they aren't in here together, if I do a 2-3 pair, then they would have to be together here, but they could be not together here. I'd have to have the 2. But this 2 is gray as 2. And this would be a gray 1, and then it would be 2, 3 together. So if this was 2 and 3, it would have to be here, because this would be a gray 2, which would break, and that wouldn't allow this to be 2, 3. Okay. 3 and 4 would be required to be here as these two. But I could put 4 here and make that one of them. And then the 3 would be somewhere else. And so that would be this digit. This one would be the 3, which would go here. Well, no, it couldn't go there. It would be one of these two. Because this would end up being a 5. So it's possible if this was 3 and 4. Missing 5 here. But any other pair is going to require those two to be yellow and green. Or, well, not those two. Hold on. Let's work from the top down. Because if this was a 9, then obviously I wouldn't be required to put the 9 and 8 together. But what about 8 and 7? Those two could be a yellow-green pair, except they couldn't be because of this. In fact, I think because of this cannot be yellow or green at all. Because it has to be consecutive with both of these, and they both have to be different. This cannot be yellow or green. Because if it was, then this one, which would then be forced to be yellow and green, would break that. But it does not work if this one was yellow or green to pair with the yellow-green here, because it isn't required to have its neighbor be yellow-green. So this can still be one of yellow or green if it was a 6 or an 8. But that one no longer can be. But that one's not on the thing, so but I don't think those aren't allowed to be a yellow-green pair. But we're super close. I guess the question I want to ask here is, could this have 2 on it? Could this be 2, 4? If this was 2, 4, then it would have to be in this group. One of them would be this one, which would be green or purple. It could not be gray and green or purple. So this would have to be the 2, the 3, and the 4. So this would have to be purple, and that would have to be green. And since we know there are 2 4 pair, this one's 2, this one's 4. That would be 1, so yellow would have to be 3, so that would be there. Which is allowed. So that doesn't cause the problem I was hoping to cause, which would be to force 6 and 8. Okay, well, I do know I have to have a 6 or an 8 over here. Can I force a 6 or an 8 over here? If this was 2, and that was 4, if this is a 4, and that's a 4, which is 3, 2, 1. That would be a 2, and that would be a 2. I mean, why not? Yeah, I don't know. Don't hear the sawing anymore. But does my voice sound dramatically different?
No.
Alright. Then I will just continue as is. It might just be as with the audio subtraction that it has. Oh, 6 is a requirement. Oh, but 6 can be on the end, which is the problem. If this was 6 and 7, these two would have to be 8 and 9. Which would make that orange or black. It would be an 8. But yeah, of the digits that see orange and black, it's these two. 2, 3, 4, and 5. But that just removes 2, 4, and 5 from those two groups. Which also removes the 3 because these two have to be consecutive. And then they can't be 1 and 2 because that would break this. So, I don't know, more sawing. Yeah, I'm not seeing it picking up on the monitor. Just barely picking up in a couple other spots. I mean, there's a part of me that wants to take a couple of these and say they're required. So if I took purple out of these, yeah, because literally everything can still be purple, except for this cell and that cell. So if I take purple out of this cell, because it's kind of useless where it is, and then I call these two purple, then neither of those can be purple. And so I can remove purple. Well, it only gets removed from these two. And that one. So then I ask, what can these two be? Well, they are not yellow, green, orange, black, red, gray. Okay, I know red is different. Whatever this digit is, it cannot be on the palindrome. But it's not that helpful of a color. So let me take it off. And if I mark these two as being red, what does that do for me? In fact, actually, hold on. Let's leave this one as red. Let's call these silver. So what that does is it takes silver out of all of these. And it takes silver out of these two. These two are consecutive. So what does that tell me? Red, black, orange, silver, purple. Gray, yellow, green, or blue. This one has to be red. No, all 6 of these are different. And I know of the 10 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 alone requires one duplicate digit. However, red sees the entire palindrome. It sees all of these in the cage and Sudoku, this one by Sudoku, and this one because those two are the same. And so it can't be red. Therefore, I have to have a minimum of 2 duplicates. I know that all 6 of these are unique. One of these 2 can be in here, but both of them could be there. And those are consecutive. They could be a purple-silver pair.
Row 7, column 3 can't be red. Because red cannot be on the palindrome.
Red cannot be on the palindrome where there are duplicates. But since this is the middle, it doesn't see that.
Oh, right.
So I could have been
I
clear.
forgot about that.
I sort of consider the center of the palindrome to not actually be on the palindrome.
Right.
So but that's kind of my own internal working where it's clearly on the palindrome for anyone who's not thinking the same way that I am thinking.
Right.
And I never externalized that thought process. Okay. These 2 are consecutive. Can they be consecutive in a way that matches this grouping? Well, they're clearly not orange and black. Clearly not gray. Okay. Black, we know, is truly unique. It cannot be duplicated. Is yellow also unique in that it cannot be duplicated? Yes. So is green. And gray. So we have 4 truly unique digits. Orange can be duplicated because it can show up over here again. But on the arm of the palindrome, where it mirrors, I can only ever have 1 gray, 1 black, 1 yellow, and 1 green. But orange can repeat over here. I know I have to have 2 repeats minimum. And I know I definitely have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unique digits. And it has to cover 10 cells. because there's one digit that doesn't show up at all. Two repeats. And I know these two are different because of this. I'm probably just not thinking through the consequence of something. Okay. I guess the thing I'm going to have to ask is, if this was a 2, what does that change about everything in here? Well, I would have to have a 6-8 pair. Because it's either 3 paired with 6 or 4 paired with 8. Not that that's going to matter for this. But if this is a 2, then I would get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if I have 6 and 7, then this becomes an 8-9 pair, this would be an 8-9 pair, and so this would have to be 3 and 6. So we get 2 or 4, or 5 or 7. Oh, well, it can't be 2. And this can't be 6, so that's a 3, because of the 6 here. So then this is 6. This is 3. Well, it can't pair with 5 or 7, so that would be 4. So that would be yellow. 5, 6. So this is a 3-4 pair. This is yellow, so it's 4. So this would be 3 and 4. And now I need my 4 to go here. Now these two have to be consecutive. So what does that tell me? They can't be 8, 9. They can't be they can't be gray, so it can't be a 1-2 pair. This one cannot be 3, 4, so this cannot be a 3. And this one's a 4, so that's not a 4. So one of them is 6, which is purple. Well, this is a 5, so that's not. Yellow is 4, green is 3. This is 21. Oh, this is a 6, so that's a 3. What could red be? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. It's 1 or 7. Well, something has to duplicate. I already know purple is duplicating. It could be 5. Or it could be... Wait. I need 2 duplicates. And I have... Oh, it could... Like, I can't put orange on here again. I already have 1 duplicate. Which I can't duplicate again. Oh, wait a second. That's on there 3 times. So that's my 2 duplicates. So yeah, I would be required to have another one. And now I'm not sure where else I could go. Other than, I guess I could look at the diagonal here. Oh, if this is a 6, then that's a 6. And so if I look at this diagonal, then I've got 20 right now. So then the remainder is 18. Actually, what I should be looking at is this column. And I know 8 and 9 is removed. 4, 5, 6, and 7 is removed. This one isn't a 3. This one isn't a 2. Wait, that isn't a 3 either. It's a 3 right here. So this one is a 3. That one isn't a 2. So what about going across? So 2, 3, 6, 5, 8, 9. This one's a 1. So that isn't. And then I also have the second pair here. But if that's a 3, then I have 23. And I still need 15. With that having the possibility of being 1, 23 requires 15 more. 1 and 6 is 7, and then I have 8, which is allowed to be here. Okay. So let's just start taking the other things off. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's a 1. Where does that leave? 2, 3, 4, and 5 is all removed. 6 gets removed from those 2. But then I don't have... Laura Smith says 4, 8 in row 7. With purple. Row 8. Oh, right. this 6 gets removed. This 5 gets removed. And then 4, 8 in row 7. Right. The 4 has to, well, the 4 would go to 2 or 8. Yeah, and that's kind of the complicated nature of the notation, I think. This would not be able to be 6, so this one couldn't be 3. Which means this one couldn't be 2. Yeah, not seeing a way forward here. I wish this was 4 paired with 8. That would make things a little simpler. This was a 4,
Well,
but neither of those can be 4. Which means this can't be an 8. Was there something you saw?
no, I thought I did for a second, and then I realized I was wrong.
This goes to that. 2, 3, 4. 2, 6, 8. 3, 5, 7.
Actually, yes. If green, in column 8, the black crop key, the bottom of it can't be a 2.
Because if this was, if this was a 2, it would have to go to 1 or 4. Well, it couldn't be a 1, because then that would be a 2 again. And if this is a 2, that can't go to 4, because the 4 is over here. Okay, well, what can these two? Well, I don't see enough to be relevant. Did I force purple to be on here or no? I think I only forced purple to be on here with 6. Because it's way more restricted in that case. Do I know what this has to be? in this version. 2, 3, and 4 all get removed. So does 5. And I think 9 gets removed because 3, 6, 4, 4, and 6. 4 and 6 is 10, doubled is 20, and a 3 is 23. Laura Smith says, not 1, 2, sees 1, 2 by row. I decided to shift back to superscript, so it can't be 2 because a 2 is required here. But if this is 2, 4, then this one can be a 1. Unless you were talking about something else, which I'm kind of hoping, but I'm not seeing where else a 1 gets removed. Well, this one removes that one. So that helps. But center marks, that is a different version, yeah. Okay. 10, 23. Leaves 15 remaining in these 3. 1 and 6 is 7, and 8 more is 15. So I couldn't use a 9 in superscript. Now, a 6 has to be one of these two, which means one of these two has to be a 6, and both of those see that. So this one cannot be a 6. Okay. If this was a 1, I would have to make 14, which I could do with a pair of 7s. A 7 would need 8, which could be 7 and 1. And an 8 would work with 6 and 7. Excuse me, 6 and 1. If this was a 4, those two would have to be 11, which means this could not be a 4, which means this one is a 4. Okay. This can no longer be yellow, because yellow does not have 2 or 8 on it, and in the superscript version, the corner marked version, it's not 4, it's green. So this is no longer yellow. If this was 8, it would have to be blue. Or no, it wouldn't. It could be a green 8. Never mind. It's just not yellow. This one cannot be yellow because it has to be 2. And yellow no longer has 2 on it. 1, 3, and 4 are all gone. But nothing else is. About this one, though. It has to be yellow or green. But yellow or green cannot be... Well, this one cannot be 1, 3, 4, 5, or 6. But 2 and 7, 8, and 9 are all of possibilities for yellow-green. this one can no longer be yellow because it's either an 8 in superscript, which would be a yellow 4, or it's a 6 in the center marks, which would have to be not yellow. Eight would be orange or black. If it's a 6, well, that could still be orange or black. It could also be red. Blue, we have no idea. Although this one having to be red or blue is kind of interesting. This one has to be 3 or 4. That one has to be 4. I mean, if I could prove that that could not be green, that would be helpful. Oh! Gray is 3, so yellow cannot be 3. And therefore, green cannot be 2. Because 2 would have to pair with 1 or 3.
Gray was 3?
Silver,
Oh, you said
excuse me.
Okay.
Because silver is 3, yellow cannot be 3. Because yellow is not silver. Right? No, I don't know that yellow is not silver. Oh, that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to mark this one. I might have messed up. I don't think I made any other mistakes. Yeah. I wonder if Chip didn't show up because I didn't respond in time to his message. So, I don't know. If Chip was here, though, he would definitely tell me where I went wrong. Yeah, I don't know that silver and yellow are different, which is a problem. And I hope I didn't mess things up on the superscript version because of that. I don't think I did. Because this one, because of the 2, I cannot use 1 or 2, so it has to be 4, 8, or 3, 6. 8, 9, which I know it has to be 8, 9 because the 6 means that this has to be a 3, 6 pair. Because this one is the 6, means that one has to be 3. So yeah, I don't think I used any coloring. Significant coloring. But yeah, so I cannot say that this isn't a 3 because silver is 3. I wish I could. That would make things helpful. But I can't. I do know that this one cannot be blue, however. Because I do know that it has to be 6, which is purple. Or it has to be 3 or 4, which is either purple or silver. So it cannot be blue. Well, unless blue gets duplicated. However, I don't have anything that is just blue. So I'm going to take that out. Because blue is the concept of a different number. Or represents a different number. And I kind of want to just mark this as having to be purple or silver. Left over in this box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. 5, 6, and 9. This 6 says it's not here. This 6 says it's not here. This one is required to be 6. 5 and 9. Two, 4, 5, and 6. Neither of those are 1s. These aren't 7 or 8.
The Kropke in box 2.
Yeah.
Is the 6 have to be on there because of the superscript only, or is that just we know it has to have a 6
Because
on
of the
it?
superscript only.
Okay.
Yeah, in center script, it can be way too many options.
Anything still, yeah.
Yeah, I think only a 1 we removed from the right and a 3 removed from the left. Four, 5, and 6. None of these are 8. None of them are 3. 1, 7, 9. 2, 3, 8, 4, and 6. And none of them can be 9 because the 8, 9 pair. So that's 1, 5, 7. So 5, 9. removed. It's removed. 1, 7. Laura Smith says, if one of the dot in box 2 is blue and yellow, is blue and yellow is not silver, we only get a repeat of purple or orange 1 repeat. We know that this one repeats. So if it's blue and it would have to be orange or purple paired with blue. So I'm gonna have 2 repeats, I think. And I'm only required a minimum of 2. But yeah, because I've got 1 repeat here. 1 repeat here. If I put blue, and I don't make yellow repeat, yeah, I still have to repeat orange, purple, or silver. Yeah, I think that covers my 2 repeats. Because I don't think I need to add any colors in here. I mean, I could double check, but what are these 2? 4. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. And if that's 4, then that's that. This is 1, 5, 8, 9, and 2. So that's 3, 4, and 7. That's a 7, so this one's a 1. 1 and 4 and 6 is 10. Doubled is 20. 23, 24. So I need 14. They can't be a pair of 7s. So that would be an 8. That would be a 6. This is 7. I kind of think it's the superscript version. Eight, 4, 3, and 6 I'll get removed. That's 8, so 8 and 9. That's a 3, so 3 and 1. There we go, that gets the 1s out. Five, 7, and 9. This one's not a 7, it's not a 2. This one is a 9. It's not 5. That one's a 5, so that one's not. Oh, 4 and 6 is 10. And so I need 11 more. So that would be 8 and 9 that way, 9 and 8. Five, 4 and 6 and 3. This one's not a 5. 1, 2, 7, 9. Missing digit. 4, 5, 6, 8 somewhere. It's either of those two. This is a 2, so it's not both those two. 9, so it's not these two. Eight, so it's not that one. 1, 2, 7, 9. This one's the only one that can be 8.
Well, in superscript red is 7.
Yes, that's not 7. One, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 6. Two. Oh, that's a 3. Not a 3. 1, 2, 7. I don't know why I did that. This is a 5, so this one's not. 9, 2, 4, 6, and 5 going across. This one's not 3, nor is it 8. This one isn't a 1. 8, 6, and 3. This isn't a 4, nor is it a 9. This one isn't 3, 6, or 8, which was already removed. This one isn't a 1. 3 and 4 get removed, so does 8. 6 gets removed from the center, and 1 from the right. 9 from the left. Oh, this is a 5, so this one is. So 5 gets removed from those. 5 gets removed from there. So 2 gets removed. 5 gets removed. 1, 2, 7, 9. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 3, 4, and 5 are removed from the box. 1 from the column. So 2 doesn't have anything to connect to because 1 and 3 get removed. The top isn't a 6. The bottom isn't 6 or 8. So this one has to be odd, so the top has to be even, so that's an 8. So 8 is removed from here. This is a 1-7 pair, so 1 and 7 get removed. 3, 8 from there. One, 7, and 9 means this one is 2. This one is 5. 7-9 pair takes a 7 and a 9 out. So 2 gets removed. 7 pair, so this one's a 9.
Row 2 has a 1-7 pair and a 9 in it.
1 and 7 makes this a 5. And 1, 7, and 9. 7 and 9.
There's a 5 in row 2 now.
2, 4 pair.
It's a 1-7 pair in box 3 now.
7 pairs. 1, 7, 1, 7, 6, and 7 makes this a 9, makes this a 5. This one's now a 7. 4. Got those, and this one, 2 is removed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8 are all removed from the box. 6 is removed from this row. And 2 is removed from this row. The column, I lose a 1 from here, a 6 from this one, a 2 from this one, and I also remove 9. So 1, 7, and 9. 3 fixes these. Laura Smith says green is 3 in column 7. Column 7 here. There we go. Yeah, that was this one, fixing these two. Okay, where do I still have superscript? This one isn't a 1. These two aren't 9. This one isn't 7. This one isn't 7. This one isn't 9. This one isn't 7. This 7 says no to that, no to that. Not this one, not to that one. Okay. It appears I have proven the superscript is possible. The problem is, I haven't proven the center script is not.
Add the superscripts along the little killer.
3 and 6 is 9. Plus 4 is 13. Plus 8 is
21.
Why am I doing it this way? 4 and 6 is 10. Double is 20. Plus 3 is 23. Plus 1 is 24.
Okay,
plus
yeah.
6 is 30. Plus 8 is 38.
I was missing something, so it's like, why am I not getting 38? I was just missing something. You know, I can't do diagonals.
Yeah. The diagonals and just adding things in weird for at least for my brain. If I tried to do this, 3 and 6 is 9, and 4 is 13, and 8 is 21, 6 is 27, 4 is 31, 6 is 37, and 1 is 38. That's harder than if I do 10, 20, 30, 23, 24, 30, 38. At least for my brain, it does weird things. Okay. So, what I need to do is look at this 38 diagonal, I think, and put the center script in there. Alright, so for this one, this cannot be 3 or 4.
Yes,
This
but we
one,
know superscript works.
we don't know that the center script doesn't, and I think that is... I want to spend a tiny bit of time, at least,
Okay.
attempting to prove the center script. It is time, so this will be the only puzzle we do today. And I guess I just want to be thorough. This isn't a 1. And so this one is that one. And so these two can't be 3. But 17 is still a lot. 9 and 4 is possible. So 26 and 17 is 40 some. 43, I think. That's what it says up here. In which case, I can definitely get to 38 still. So what am I missing that proves the center script impossible? If this was 2, 3, well, then that would be 3 in both instances. That would have to be 2, because that one's already 3. This is 2 and 3. I get 3 here, and 2 there. 2 doubles to 4. Is there something with this one? If this was an 8, that would be a 6-7 pair. So that would end up being 4. With 2 or 8. Laura Smith says maybe we come back to it next week and Chip can tell us why through I plus other stuff means that row blank column blank is forced. Yeah, some of the multi-step things that that just none of us are seeing. There's got to be some question that I haven't asked yet. That is, if this is something, then this, and then that, and then that, and that. And I just don't, I'm not seeing far enough ahead to get there. So even though we have the solution, I am slightly unsatisfied with what we have left. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of more cells that I could try and put like numbers into. But I'm trying to think how I would go about doing that. Because I'm not seeing enough overlap between things that are forced in center script as things that are forced in corner.
Well, and the biggest advancement there was, boxes 4 and 7 took place because of Tall Cat's eyes
Yeah.
and brain.
Yeah, because I forgot to see that those two were in the same box. And it took
Right.
me a long time to see that this dot moved up to here. Laura Smith says only 8 of the palindrome digits are not in a cage of some kind. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh. Well, alright. Sudoku. Well, I'm in the United States, so I can't make it over there unless I wanted to, teleport. I guess there are streaming tickets available, but... Alright, with that, we will have to come back, next time to figure out what we were missing on this puzzle. We will go ahead and save it as is. It should save without me needing to do anything, special for it. And we'll see what is going on. That's weird. Oh, is that what happened? Let's remove this. Okay, that looks right. For some reason, I had a random text thing pop up, but it didn't. I don't think it affected the stream at all. But yeah. Laura Smith says, try again next time. It will save even if you close the window, provided you use the same link to open it again. Yeah, and I'll have the same link. But yeah, so hopefully we'll figure it out. But that is going to be it for today. So everybody who watches this back, thank you so much. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fancy YouTube engagement stuff. If you want to see more content on the channel, make sure to ring the notification bell. That's going to be Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Sudoku, Wednesdays around 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time for single-player games. Still working through the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Almost at the end, and then we'll play the Yuki chapters on hard mode, and then we'll make sure we get all of the rest of the stuff, which is the dresses and the Barrett cutscene in chapter 14, and the Vice boss fight, and then on Saturdays at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time is Cooperative Games, and we are playing The Ascent, which I'm actually enjoying quite a lot. So check those out, and we will see you